Hello everybody and welcome back to another anti-MLM video. I'm Christine. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to take a look at a compliance call from a network marketing company, and that thrills me. That is exciting to me because I'm a compliance expert in real life, in the media industry, in youth protection, and finally a compliance call I can react to. I saw years ago that Savannah Marie reacted to a compliance call from, I think it was the Dirt company at the time. They don't exist anymore. They sell their products through another MLM now. But I was really thrilled. I was really excited because this combines the best of both worlds for me. So today we're going to take a look at a compliance call, what Monat, Modern Nature, a network marketing company, says their market partners can and cannot do. I will provide you with some feedback as well from their market partner agreement, things I have witnessed in Monat that I think is not compliant, and we will just get through this together. I have not fully listened to this call because it was at 2 a.m. my time. I was in the room, I was listening, but I was not fully comprehending what was being said because it was at 2 a.m. my time, and I'm an old woman and I need my sleep. And that's why this call might also be a surprise for me. We will get right into this compliance call, what Monat says their market partner can and cannot do.
Okay, we're gonna play games, and then we're even gonna do some giveaways. So I'm super stoked. I see my girl Misty. We got to chat earlier today. Hey, friend. I love seeing my people on. Thank you guys so much. Oh, let me make sure that we are recording. There we go. All right, praise the Lord. That way we can share it later, and you can share with your people who may not have had an opportunity to jump on today's call. So
I'm going to share it with you, and you can also share it with your people, because after this call, I think we all have a better understanding of what Monat says is okay to say and what is not. So if you recognize anything that's not compliant, I know that there are a lot of anti-MLM sleuths on social media, on YouTube. Report it. It's that simple. That's what these compliance calls are for, and yes, I'm sharing it.
first, thank you so much for joining me. I know that you are busy bees. I know you have so many other things you could be doing, especially those on my East Coast side. I know what time it is for you. 8 p.m. is nothing to mess around with. So we will definitely jump in. But if I do not know you or haven't had a chance to meet you yet, my name is Jade Smith. I am the Central Regional Sales Director here at Monat, and I have been here almost 5 years in January. I don't know how that time has passed so far, but I still am obsessed with my job. Yes, I love it here so much.
I mean, I've reacted to Monat's latest income disclosure statement. If you're the Central Regional Sales Director, you don't have a lot of fun in the US. The numbers are down. Okay, Monat is not doing well. But what I find so strange is that the sales director from the corporate side of Monat, that person is holding a compliance call, because as far as I remember, there was no compliance specialist who joined at any point. So that is weird. As a compliance expert myself, I also do workshops. I keep my team up to date. I keep my colleagues up to date about the most important regulations, what to watch out for when it comes to programs, when it comes to program planning, when it comes to on-demand, when it comes to regulatory topics. I also do that. I also welcome the new colleagues, giving them an overview of what to watch out for, which I think is really important because one person can only do so much. But if everybody is kind of up to speed, if everybody has learned and has heard about certain topics they might want to watch out for, they can always reach out. They can always flag issues, or if they have questions, they can always reach out. But I'm the one who is giving that introduction. It is not somebody from marketing who is introducing the new colleagues or who's giving updates on compliance. I find that weird that nobody from compliance does this call, but the salesperson. That would be like somebody from sales giving information about housekeeping. Nice job, nice to have, but why? Doesn't make any sense. That's weird. Maybe nobody from compliance wants their faces shown, which I also get. It's probably not the nicest surrounding to work in. It's probably not the nicest job. It's a job, it pays your bills, but it must also be really stressful to work in compliance for a network marketing company with a sales force of people who don't know anything about sales, network marketing, and potentially also compliance, you're busy. I think you're a busy bee if you work in a compliance team there, but that's also why I would expect that the compliance team would give insights. At least that's how I do it in my job.
Hi, Haley. I see you in the chat. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Misty. I had another call with the other Misty today, Misty Thomas. So she's probably like, oh, she's saying hi to me again. Hi, my friend Betty. How are you? Sarah, hello. Heather, hello. Susie. Hi, Maricel. So good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. Hey, Laura Casey. How you doing, friend? I see all my people in here. But yes, share. We're going to have a lot of fun. I made the slide. I built this whole presentation. So let's jump on in, shall we? I'm going to share my screen. And after I do, I just need you to give me a thumbs up that you can see what I can see. Okay? Sharing it right meow. How we doing? We're good. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for staying interactive with me because listen, sometimes it can be hard, but I'm going to make sure I can see all of you too. I need a helper. Just really quick, if that's okay. Anybody on their computer that not shy to let people in while I am teaching because I can't do both at the same time. So whoever can, throw it in the chat for me. If you can or don't mind, I would so greatly appreciate it. Okay. Okay, Jessica, I appreciate you. So I'm going to upgrade you. And then essentially, thank you, Marisol, I appreciate you. I'm going to upgrade you to co-host. And then as you see, it says people are in the waiting room. Just let them in for me. Cool beans? Thank you. I get it, Carissa. No worries. You're all right, Mama. Okay. I appreciate you guys. Jessica, are we good to go? Are you all set? Give me a thumbs up and perfect. I appreciate you more than you know. Okay. Fantastic. Let's get started. So I know the running joke initially was that we were going to do like a Judge Jade scenario, but that seems scary. And Judge Judy used to scare me, even though it was hilarious, right? So we're going to go a completely different approach. And I decided to say this is a no judgment zone. I want you to feel free and confident and comfortable here to ask all the questions and share all the things. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do, I have to be honest with you guys. When I was asked to teach this, I had a couple of thoughts. First, I was like, really, me? The serious stuff, compliance? You want me, the goofy one, to do it? And then second, it was how do we make compliance not feel super compliance-y-ish, okay? Because let's be real, nobody wakes up thinking, oh, let's go have a chat about compliance.
Actually, I do that every day, Monday through Friday. I'm having chats about compliance. But yeah, it's odd. It's weird that the not compliance person is holding this call. And as somebody who also wants to have an open conversation at work about compliance, that approach is completely fine to say, hey, we're not judging. I'm sharing the information that is important. Let's have a communication. I'm one of your colleagues. And to really establish a good workaround and a good connection with the colleagues, because nobody should fear you because you work in legal or because you work in compliance. Nonetheless, this is not a compliance expert. That is the weird thing. Make it fun, make it entertaining, be approachable, be a nice person, be the goofball. I'm also many times, honestly, the goofball. That's my personality, that's fine. But maybe also ask a compliance person. I find that odd that the salesperson is doing the compliance call.
It's not fun, it's not cute, it's not sexy in any way, shape, or form. So I hope that you enjoy this compliance training today. All right. And I hope that we have quite a bit of fun. So let's jump on in. Now, one thing that I do want you to know is compliance isn't about censoring your story, but it's about protecting it, right? The last thing we want is for you to post and then somehow it jeopardizes the business that you've worked so hard to build or even all of money, right? So tonight, I'm not here as the compliance police. I'm not even on the compliance team, you guys. I am a regional, okay? All sales, all fun, all events, all the things. But I am here to tell you everything that you can and cannot say just to help you with your posting and make it a little bit easier. I am here as your coach, as your friend, and as your confidant. And because my goal isn't for you to post less, my goal is for you to post with confidence and not be worried about compliance sending you an email. And if they do, how to respond and how to fix instead of hiding, okay? I know that those emails are scary, so I want it to feel a lot less scary for you. All right, now, do me a favor. I can only see a few of you, but that works for me, or you can even interact in the chat. All right, Natalie, I appreciate you, my friend. I see you in the chat. Raise your hand if you have ever deleted a post because someone said it was not compliant. Raise your hand if you have ever typed something and then erased it. Raise your hand if you've ever wondered, am I even allowed to say this? Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever been emailed by compliance or know somebody who has. Okay, we all should be raising our hands, and that's okay. That's exactly why we're doing this call.
That's scary, honestly. I mean, yes, to question, am I allowed to post this, yes or no? I think that many people can have those thoughts, but then ask, reach out, can I post this? Is this compliant? That's how I would deal with it. But pretty much every person I can see on this call raised their hand at some point and said, yep, I was in trouble. I had to delete something. I had to change something. That is your sales force, Monat. It is your job to train these people well. And Monat and the market partners always say it's an even playing field. So you don't need to have any knowledge. Nada. If you have network marketing knowledge or sales knowledge, that is great, but that is not a requirement. So it is the company's job to train its independent sales force and also the market partners to train themselves and to train each other. And also for the market partners who don't know about this job opportunity, compliance, to make sure they understand what they can and they cannot say. That is always wild to me. And I'm not surprised because there's so much non-compliant stuff Monat market partners post to this very day that they had to pull off another call at some point. I don't know how many they had in the past when it comes to compliance, but there's so much non-compliant stuff on social media from Monat specifically. I believe because Monat is not doing well, it's not attracting people. Sales is down. Market partners are leaving left and right. We don't have the numbers how many people in total are in the company anymore. Monat doesn't state that, but in the income disclosure statement video I made about Monat, it was quite clear that the numbers are dropping significantly. And that is why I believe that people make the weirdest suggestions, claims, and just outright lie, in my opinion, to make Monat look a lot better. And how do you do that? By claiming that you make a lot of money, it's the best opportunity ever, you guaranteed have a certain amount of income, you cannot fail here, you only fail if you leave, those kind of statements, and they're still out and about, and we hear them all the time, from the top people and also from people who are not that educated in Monat, and that is concerning.
To help you, not to hurt you. I don't want anybody to feel like they're getting in trouble in any way, shape, or form. So let's go ahead and move on. I will be honest with you. One thing that really does break my heart about when people do get reached out to compliance is I see a lot of incredible leaders and incredible market partners with tons of potential that completely stop posting altogether once they get that email. I'm sure that you have had somebody on your team or you have known somebody that has felt that way and just said, you know what, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. I'm just not going to. And it's not because they don't have a great story to tell, but because they're more so afraid of saying the wrong thing, which we understand. That is not what we want. So what we do want is knowing the truth and the fact that every single one of you has a story worth sharing and a business that you're trying to build. And we understand that, we respect that, and we want to help you. And we just want you to be able to tell it in a way that helps instead of puts you at risk. Amen. There are a lot of things out there. If you look up kind of lawsuits with the FTC and leaders who have made millions and millions of dollars in other MLM companies, and they are not fun. I'm telling you, those fines are hefty and it can be scary when the Attorney General's office is involved. And so we just want to make sure that you are not one of those people.
I would argue that compliance wants to make sure that Monat doesn't have to pay significant fines or they don't have to significantly restructure their business because the corporate team from Monat is responsible for protecting Monat first and foremost. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is your job as a compliance expert to protect the company from severely restructuring, paying severe fines. How does Monat sell their products and the business opportunity through the independently contracted market partners? That is the basis of the business model, the market partners. So there are useful tools for Monat to make an income. But that's also, I would argue, the risk because a lot of people simply don't know about compliance or are desperate enough that they have to make the weirdest claims. And those claims, especially those income claims, are very likely the ones that are successful to attract people to join the business. First and foremost, Monat's compliance team job is to protect Monat. And in a way, they also have to advise and they have to support, and they also have to protect the Monat market partners. Although as a Monat market partner, you sign away pretty much everything. In the market partner agreement, you pretty much agree that you're responsible for everything and Monat is not. Now, if the FTC reaches out to Monat, I'm not familiar with the US system. I don't know how that would legally hold up. Although those are independently contracted salespeople, Monat as an MLM has created the structure, and they invite independently contracted people to sell their products and the business opportunity, claiming we're not responsible for the things they say. In our public documentation, we state very clearly what you can say and what you cannot say. And if a market partner derives from that and they make their own claims that are not compliant, it's up to the market partner, not up to us. While those are independently contracted salespeople, Monat is not as responsible as they would be for their actual employees if they made those claims. Monat also got sent letters from the FTC during the pandemic when the market partner made the most outrageous income claims, or also product claims. I've seen those as well. And therefore, it is the job from compliance to protect Monat. And I would argue that the market partners are just an afterthought. They're a necessity because that's how the business model is set up for Monat.
Okay. Slide. Full. Okay, so it's all about perception. The FTC is not watching because they don't like direct sales. They're watching because they want consumers to have realistic expectations. A lot of people don't know that. So if someone reads your post, Jesus, it's not Friday yet. Because what? Look, words are hard. If someone reads your post and walks away believing everyone makes thousands or millions, everyone earns a Cadillac, anyone can retire in 6 months, this product cures medical conditions like alopecia, that's where the problem starts. Because even if you didn't mean that, that is how it can be interpreted. And that's where we want to be careful. So I want you to think of compliance like a speed limit. Okay? Most of us don't drive the speed limit because we enjoy it. Some of us don't even drive the speed limit, Lord help us. We drive it because we want to arrive safely, right? Compliance is the exact same thing. It doesn't slow your business down, it keeps your business moving. And so I'd much rather spend tonight teaching you how to avoid problems and helping you fix one later. Amen? Amen. Okay. So here is the good news. This is actually really simple. There are only 3 things that you need to know. What words raise red flags to not just us, our field watch team, but also the FTC? What ways to say this differently or what to say instead? And then how to make your post just as powerful regardless of how you say it. Okay? And we're not continuing this with a bunch of boring slides. I got games, guys. I had to make it fun. I am not the boring type, all right? So we're playing some games. Let's go ahead and get started. So what actually gets people flagged? All right. It's usually not bad intentions, it's bad wording. So I want you to think of every word as a signal. Some signals attract customers and then some signals attract regulators. Okay. Let's avoid the regulators. Okay. Okay. So this game is called green light or red flag. I'm going to put a sentence up on the screen and you're going to drop either a green circle for compliance, and I don't even know, is that available in the chat for you guys, even those on the phone? Can you get a green circle? Because if you cannot, I'd rather just say like do a 1 and a 2. Yes? Let's go with that. So green, oh, Monica did green. Is green easy to find? I'm seeing greens in here. So we might just, hey, I love you guys. Yay. Okay, so we're gonna go with green. So we're gonna go with the green circle, okay, or the red flag. Let me move, sorry, my notes. Perfect. Okay, here we go. We're gonna interact. Here we go. Let's get ready. I'm gonna look at you guys in the chat. I am also doing some giveaways. Okay, we got a couple of games coming up, so just, you can do red circle, something red, and then something green. Whatever that is for you, you do it, okay? All right, first one. Here it goes. Monat allowed me to quit my job.
How many times have we heard that? Not compliant. Absolutely not, because it's not realistic. But how many times have we heard that, and how many times do we still see that on social media?
Okay, I'm here for it, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. It is Not compliant. Red flag. Good, 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 good. So I want you to say this instead, okay? I'm grateful the hard work that I put into my Monat business has helped me to be a more present mama and be home with my family. Or you can say something like, I'm forever grateful that the time I put into my Monat business has created something I value even more than success, the ability to be present, to slow down, soak in the moments, and be home with my family.
I wonder if Christina Smallwood had to change her video on Instagram or if she had to take down her post when she dressed up as a founding father and welcomed a friend who quit her full-time job to join Monat. And she also said, yeah, no, thanks to Monat, my friend was able to quit her job. I am super selfish, but I'm also super happy that she is now doing Monat full-time because now I have somebody during the day to speak to. We can go out for lunch. We can have a coffee break. I love it here. I wonder if Christina ever was reached out. At the time, she was probably still in SED. I'm not sure. I doubt that's the case. But that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Thanks to Monat, my friend was able to quit her job, and she made an entire post about it.
Okay, so we do have alternatives. Now, guys, if that doesn't float your boat, because for one, that's really lengthy, especially for somebody like me. Jeanette said I got flagged for this. We got you, girl. Take a screenshot. It's okay, because you have an alternative now. But you guys can also take these and you can put this into ChatGPT and say, like, make this more my vibe. Make this more fun. Fix this up, condense it if you want a little bit of a shorter message. But there are ways to do this a little bit differently. And I promise it becomes easier over time. Okay, so let's try another one, shall we? Okay, make six figures selling shampoo with me.
How many times have we heard that as well? Make six figures selling shampoo with me. There are so many issues with that one. You have the possibility to make six figures selling shampoo with me, but you're not selling shampoo if you make six figures. That's already the first red flag for me.
Vashti hit that one quick. She wins that round. Okay, I love it. You guys know what you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. It is not compliant. So red flag is correct. We want you to say this instead. Who knew selling shampoo that I would be able to sell 700K in product? Or you can say 250K in product sales. Heck yes. So the reason why we are putting this here for you to understand is if you want to say numbers to attract people, you can. I want you to use the number in product sales or group volume that has happened with your team, okay? When you say commissions and it's commissions that are like a huge or extreme number, that's when the FTC is like, six figures. You're telling people that they're gonna make six figures, right? It doesn't sound realistic. So we do have to be very, very cautious, very, very careful.
It just doesn't sound that sexy. I mean, first of all, it's false. Also, the Monat approved version is false. Saying that you make six figures selling shampoo, meaning that you only sold shampoo, you didn't recruit a team of people, and they're now selling and they're purchasing stuff themselves and you're getting bonuses thanks to the teams you've built. Does that mean that that person just sold shampoo? No, of course not. So that already is misleading. But their version, who knew that selling shampoo, I would be able to sell 700K in product, doesn't sound that attractive than making an income claim saying I can make $100,000 or $300,000 in a year just by doing Monat. Of course, that is more interesting if you want to attract an audience of people who desperately need money. But also this version, selling shampoo, is wrong because you're not, number one, you're not just selling shampoo, but also, did you reach the 700K in group volume just by selling shampoo, just by selling products? How much money did you make based on your team's effort? And also 250K in product sales, heck yeah. Where did those product sales come from? From your own team, from external customers? We know the answer. It is predominantly the teams that contribute to this income. It is not necessarily people, external customers who love the products and therefore they sell so much and therefore they're able to make that amount of money. Allegedly, they don't. According to Monat's own income disclosure statement, they don't. The vast majority of people in Monat are not able to make that money, but that is also extremely misleading because it leaves out the recruitment aspect. You don't just sell shampoo and then make an income. You recruit people who sell shampoo, who purchase shampoo, who get the bonuses and all of that connected to recruitment, and that would be an honest answer. Selling shampoo in order to make a lot of money is not a thing, not even in a shampoo MLM.
Okay? 100K club, you can say. You can say. So essentially, you could say, earn your way into the 100K club with me. I earned my way into the 100K club. You just have to throw in things that make it sound like you worked for it instead of get 100K working with me, right? Get a free trip working with me. Does that make sense? Bashi says, I'm even scared to say that, LOL, because what if they don't believe I even make 700K? You have proof. You have proof. And the reason why we say 700K in product sales. So it's how much you sold, if that makes sense. So one thing we have seen is that some people say 6 figures in product sales, or let's go with TikTok sales. What that is essentially showing is how much you sold instead of how much you made. Does that make sense, everybody? Just want to make sure. Yes, I see heads nodding and I'm feeling really good. Okay.
So we're ignoring the recruitment aspect, which is the most essential aspect in network marketing. Got it.
I love it. Okay, I'm glad. That is what this call is for. Hallelujah. Okay, let's try another one. Earned my 10th car payment for my caddy this year from selling shampoo. Compliant or non-compliant? Yes, yes. I'm feeling like a proud mom today. I love it. It is compliant. Green flag. Okay, this is okay. The reason why is you shared your car payment was paid, yes, but you added the keyword earned here. You did not imply that the car was free or given to you. That is where we get in trouble, right? So when you say like, oh, I got my free car today, or Monat bought me a car, Monat gave me a car, I got my Cadillac from Monat. What it sounds like is Monat just went, here you go, right? And that is illegal.
And that is what anti-MLM has been screaming from the roofs for years. There are no free cars and there are no free trips. And Monat doesn't just give it to you, but we still see it to this very day on social media.
That would be considered the pyramid scheme. That is not what we are, right? So we want to make sure that we show people that you worked for it. It would be beautiful, Kaylee. It would be beautiful. What a world. What a world that would be. Right?
Then why do so many Monat market partners still make these statements? Monat compliance has a long way to go. They have to write so many more letters.
So setting realistic expectations is key. Okay? Let's do another one. Monat cured my post.
But just mentioning that you participate in the car program is not realistic because most people are never able to hit the MM rank. According to Monat's own income disclosure statement, only a teeny tiny portion of the market partners are able to hit that rank. So in a way, it's also not realistic.
Postpartum hair loss, or Monat cured my alopecia. Yes. Hard pass. Super red flag. Okay, this is a really big one that I see a lot of upset about. I know many of you understand that it is a red flag, but a lot of people who are currently or who have endured either one of those things don't understand why they can't say it because it is their personal experience. I understand exactly what you're saying. The reason, though, is because you are saying that Monat products that do not require a doctor or a prescription from a doctor have cured something that normally you would have to go to a doctor who spent years and years in education to cure or help you fix, right? So we never want it to look like our items or our products cure things or treat things. That's another red flag word right there, because we don't want them to ever say, okay, Monat sounds like it should be in the drugstores then. Now you can go to Walgreens. You can go get it from there, right? We don't want that.
Well, because the products are not medicine, they're not tested to cure postpartum hair loss. If that was the case and Monat had their products tested and can prove that they can do that, then yes, of course, you could make these claims, but that's not a thing. And you can also not cure alopecia because Monat hair oil, for example, was not created for that. Nonetheless, market partners say that left and right. Monat products are not medicine, and they do not cure what the market partners claim they cure. Monat could have all of that tested, could have all of that set up if they were able to prove that their products did that. And that's the reason why you cannot make these claims. Not because you're not a doctor's office or something like this. Your products are proven not to do what the market partners claim they can do, but they can't. That's why you cannot make those claims.
So we want to stay away from that word. Now, here's something I'm going to tell you. Okay? What you say in private in the DMs, that's your business. Amen? I'm not going to say anything. I didn't hear it. I didn't see it. La, 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 la. You can do whatever you need to do. To me, if that is your personal experience, if you have before and afters when it comes to that, feel free to share that personally with somebody. If you are having a one-on-one conversation and that is something that you went through and you saw an incredible difference, feel free to share that. Just don't post it. KK?
No, not KK. That is so dangerous and that is so wrong. So what I hear from this call is that the sales director from Monat, maybe they should have asked a compliance expert to make those calls. And then also don't record these calls and send them out for others to be shared if you make these claims. What I hear is that the sales director of Monat says you cannot make these claims that it cures your alopecia or other ailings publicly. Take it private. That is something, that's a sentence that it should have never left her mouth. Period. Because Monat, in their own market partner agreement, says you cannot make those claims. They don't specify necessarily if you can make them publicly or privately, but they have a clause about unauthorized claims and actions. And under 3.61 indemnification, they state very clearly that market partners are fully responsible for all their verbal and written statements, made regarding Monat products and the compensation plan that are not expressively contained in official Monat materials. This includes statements and representations made through all sources of communication, media, whether person to person. DMs are also a way to communicate in meetings, online, through social media, in print, or other means of communication. Market partners agree to indemnify Monat and its directors, officers, employees, and agents and hold them harmless from any and all liability, including judgment, civil penalties, refunds, legal costs, court costs, or low business incurred by Monat as a result of the market partner's unauthorized representations or actions. This provision shall survive the termination of the market partner agreement. So you're saying don't make these claims publicly because we might get in trouble, but you can state them privately when the market partner agreement says no, you can't. You might be severely fined. You might be kicked out. You're in trouble if you do that. That is bad advice. It is wrong from an ethical standpoint to say, I cannot make certain claims publicly, but in private you can. And I'm not surprised that that's the case. Of course, they will make the weirdest claims in private. That's why in a lot of the social media posts, it's said, if you have more questions, if you want more infos, DM me, because then I suspect we hear claims they cannot make publicly, but it is wrong, it is false, it is against Monat's own statements, and apparently also against the FTC. To advise your sales force to take this private is wrong. You're advising the people to pretty much get kicked out, to accept severe fines if they get caught in private. Let's say you have a communication with somebody. That person records your communication. That person has screenshots of your DMs. That person can prove that you made those nonsensical claims, although they're not compliant. Then your ass is the one who has to pay. Monat will try to push it on you. Really consider this. If you're a Monat market partner, don't do this. You're the one who has to pay.
Now, if you do want to post something close to, or you're like, that is all my experience, I'm a postpartum mom, and that's why I joined, and that's what my transformation is. I totally respect it, and I understand what you're going through. So here's the workaround, okay? We're going to talk about the symptoms, not the name of the actual issue. So if I dealt with postpartum hair loss, what are my symptoms? Thinning temples, thinning of the hair. Amen. Okay? That is okay to say. So if you struggled after having babies like me and you got really thin in the temples, I need you to try my products. That would be okay to say. I didn't say postpartum, but I spoke to all the postpartum moms with that sentence. Does that make sense? Yes? We're okay? Okay. One thing you do have to be careful of saying is like it cures hair loss or it treats hair loss. Thinning is a very normal thing that a lot of people have to go through, especially when they're stressed, when they have babies, all the things. Heather says, can you say if you're postpartum and have thinning temples? No, don't ever bring up the word. Postpartum, you want out of the word. Okay? Great question though.
There are so many more things you cannot say, medical claims in general, and you might wonder, well, what kind of medical claims or what kind of weird product claims could you make that would be non-compliant? There is somebody I've reacted to twice, two different videos of mine, Kendall Weldon. She left Monat. She went to the sticker MLM to sell patches that do wonders for you, allegedly, and she is now back. She is one of those network marketers who returned and who are now claiming, oh, they're now everything is better and now Monat is so much better than it was before. And it is this return story. Everybody is returning to Monat. In one of my earliest Monat videos that was inspired by the Clown Town, shout out to the Clown Town, I saw that they reacted to Monat's top 10. The top 10 most successful market partners in the company, and they were shipped off to a 3-day luxury vacation. Pretty much. It's a PR trip that Monat pays them for. And Kendall Weldon was one of Monat's top 10 people, those who made the most in commission, who recruited the most people, and she was one of the top people. That was before she left Monat. And I reacted to stuff from her that she posted on social media. And one of the claims she made was that if she's out by the pool, she likes to apply Monat's hair oil, their Rejuvenique oil, their best seller. I wonder why. Because the sales are truly driven by external customers, or because the Huns purchase that significantly important hair oil themselves. I believe it's the latter. And she made claims that Monat hair oil is wonderful if you want to protect yourself against sun damage. So just rub the oil all over you and play by the pool in the sun, which is dangerous because you will just burn quicker. So you could really endanger somebody. I wonder if she back then received an email from Monat Compliance.
Okay, just a little pro tip if you did not know, use the oil on your sunburn. If you have this oil and you get burned, I've already put a little bit on my face, but put it on your face, put it on your neck, rub it in, do an oil treatment while you're sitting out by the pool. On your hair, I put this all over my lips, my hands. I mean, I truly use this all over. And it really helps with sunburn. So, if you haven't tried it yet, give it a shot and take a before and after picture because you will be shocked. We were out at the pool for 6 hours today. I kept my face pretty covered, so I think that's good, but I still put oil on it. Hi.
She also made medical claims. It seems to be her thing. Years later, maybe 2 years later, I reacted to a call from her after a call for the newbies on the team. The new people on her team that she recruited, I was on that call, and she said, yeah, well, you need to have a conversation with people. Whatever you do, wherever you are, every single person you meet is a potential customer or a potential teammate. And one of her examples was she was at the doctor's office with her child and then told another mother, oh, your child has a skin condition. I forgot which one it was, whether it was alopecia or something else. I have something for you. And she was referring to the Monat hair oil. Now, it was not about the Monat hair oil on that team call. That was not the basis of what she wanted to communicate. But she wanted to say, wherever you are, whatever person you meet, every conversation should be sales related. Always bring it back to Monat, always bring it back to the product. And she made those claims. I wonder if somebody said, hey, Kendall Weldon, one of your top people, makes weird product claims. How about that? I wonder if she received an email from compliance.
I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was at the chiropractor and I had an oil treatment in. This girl was talking about how she has, her daughter has cradle cap and she's like 3. She's like, how does my daughter have cradle cap? She's 3 years old. And she was talking to the front desk lady. Well, I interrupted and said, hey, I have an oil that will help with that. I said, I actually have it on my hair right now. So I started a new conversation and guys, I had her follow me on Instagram. I messaged her and I have sent her a cart and I am waiting on her to check out. It's that freaking simple. Stop overcomplicating it. Okay. In your head, you're probably overcomplicating it. Like, who am I going to sell to? Who's going to buy? Everyone. Everyone needs this product. Everyone washes their hair.
Weight loss is a good one. Now, I wouldn't say the word weight loss, okay? But I would say if you lost weight or if you lost a lot of weight recently like myself, boom, and then go ahead and go with it. Do you see how I changed it up just a little bit there? Now, you want to be careful how you continue that sentence though, because typically when we talk about weight loss, what are we talking about? A lot of people are referring to COVID, people are referring to GLP-1, people are referring to all that stuff, what the little shot or whatever it's called. Lord help me, I can't think of it right now. You guys know what I'm talking about that everybody's used? Ozempic. Susie, I saw your mouth and you helped me out. Thank you so much, right? When we talk about those things, I get that people, Carissa said I need that. I can't with you guys. Listen, again, what a perfect world. Anyway, but that is something you want to stray from, okay? I know. Guys, let me tell you something right now. I see a lot of it too. I get a lot of messages of people who are like, that's not fair. I saw so-and-so post it. Let me tell you something. They just haven't been caught yet. It's not that they're getting away with it. It's not that we're letting so-and-so get away with it just because she's got thousands of people on her team and she's AED, ED, SED, MM, just got the car. No, 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 no. She hasn't been caught yet. That's it.
Then you need to do a better job, because the top people have been caught in the past again and again and again, make non-compliant statements, and they just got a slap on the wrist. I think it is in Monat's best interest for the market partners to make those claims. That's why they also say, don't make them publicly, but privately. And if some of the top people are being caught, there are simply no consequences, because it is more interesting and it is better for Monat product sales and for the business opportunity if the market partners make those non-compliant claims. And we're talking about a hair care company. Imagine, well, what kind of product claims could you make with shampoo? Apparently a lot. That's what always infuriates me about the health and wellness companies, because they make so many ridiculous claims, but even a hair care and network marketing company can make those ridiculous product claims. It is in Monat's best interest, that's what I believe, for the market partners to be non-compliant, because it's more interesting to say, I made $300,000 in a year and I will show you my back end, but I'm not going to tell you that I invested a lot of money in the past, that this is the first and the only year where I experienced that amount of income. Others on my team lose money. In fact, most people lose money. That is also before taxes, that is before expenses. But hey, let me show you my absolute highlight reel. It is more interesting, and it is better for the market partners to attract other people to make those claims than saying my team and I made 750K sales. That doesn't really express how much money you made. And if you can make weird product claims, it also sounds so much more interesting. That's how Monat recruits people. That's how Monat makes their sales. That's what I believe. And that's why I believe they might tell their people, just don't make these claims publicly, take them private. And the top people with the biggest team, they've recruited the most people, they're bringing in the most money for Monat with their teams. They're just getting a slap on the wrist. That's what I believe. Whereas the market partners who maybe have 3, 4, or 5 people, if they make ridiculous claims again and again and again, it is probably okay for Monat to let these people go, because those people are dangerous from a compliance side that Monat might get regulatory trouble. It's better for them to let those market partners go who just have a handful of people who maybe just bring in $2,000 each and every month, compared to one of the top people who maybe bring in thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, that's just my personal belief, but I'm not surprised that those claims are out there. They're out there for a reason. It's a sales show. It's better for sales.
We have a very lean and mighty compliance team. So I can tell you, it's very hard for them to see the thousands of you, right? So that's why the Field Watch team, it's essentially like a system that goes out and looks for red flag words of Monat people, and then it gives them a report back. One thing I will also tell you is, once you're in that system and they've already emailed you, guess what? They're doing progress reports on you specifically because you already gave them a heads up. So that is something. So then I hear the people say things like, oh, they feel like they're picking on me. They keep coming to me only. How come they're not going to other people? You already opened up the door. So what happens is now they're going, okay, and we're going to sit with you, and we're going to be here for the next year until we see it get better. That's all that is. I promise nobody's picking on you. You're not being singled out whatsoever. It is literally a robot. I promise. Okay.
Even if it were not a robot, once you're already in the eye of a regulator or of the company, of course they will keep a closer eye on you. That's also one of the jobs from my end in the media industry, to make sure that the company is safe, that the company doesn't get fined, doesn't get severely fined, but also to keep the company out of the eyes of the regulator by following the rules. Because once they have their eyes on you, they will start to watch the program and they might take a really, really close look. And if you're looking for something, you're finding something that is not being done maliciously, that is their job. That is the job of the regulator. And just because you work with a small team doesn't mean that they cannot catch you. They said in another call I reacted to that the compliance team sends out 400 emails each and every month, which is very, very little, but I guess that's the case because they just have a handful of people. Most companies they're not overstaffed in this day and age. Also not Monat with their dwindling sales number, especially Monat with their dwindling sales numbers. But when I heard that number, that the compliance team sends out 400 emails each and every month, I thought, well, you should have to send out way, way more. And Monat set up this business model. They set up a business model with independently contracted salespeople, so it is also their job to make sure they track what their market partners do properly. So it's not an excuse to say it's a small team. I know it's a reality in most companies that the teams are getting smaller and smaller, and you're having technology, you're having AI to support you, which is not horrible. I mean, it takes away from jobs eventually, but to have technology to support you if you are already a small team working for a lot of territories, working for a lot of people. But Monat set up this system. They want to recruit as many market partners as possible, but apparently they don't really have the workflow to also guard and guide them through the compliance traps. That's what I believe. And I'm not surprised that the market partners are angry when they see that there might be special treatment for the top people, because if Monat were honest and if they would have pushed through and really followed up, I bet with you that a lot of the top market partners wouldn't even be in the company anymore. But it's beneficial for Monat to keep them rather than keep somebody who's at the second, third, or fourth rank. That's what I believe.
Now, the people that are sending you an email will be from the compliance team to let you know. Please, oh please, on everything I love, do not ignore these emails. Do not read this email and not respond to the email. If you do not respond, I think it gives you like 5 days max, maybe. Look, Laura said 5. Laura knows. And I know my girl knows. Oh, let me let people in. I'm so sorry. Laura knows. Listen, if you wait longer than 5 days, your account could either be suspended or terminated. Do not ignore that email. What you can say is you can respond, and I've heard people do this. I want you to forward it to our mpcompliance@monatglobal.com email. Okay, and I'm going to share that email at the end on the page for you to screenshot. I want you to forward it there and then say, hey, I don't know what I did wrong here. Can you answer me? Reason why I want you to do that is Field Watch, again, is a robot. If you reach out to them saying, what did I do? They're not responding to you. That's like an automated system. Okay? So send it to our compliance team. I can assure you he would prefer you reach out to him and ask these questions than avoid them. Okay? It goes to your Monat. Yes, it goes to the email from that's in your back office. Whatever email you're signed up with in your back office, that's the one it's going to. And Claudia, you didn't get in trouble, my friend. You just got a little knock.
No, you got in trouble. And you should learn from it and just do better the next time. 5 days to fix a faulty post is not horrible. You can do that within the hour if your livelihood depends on it. Take the post down, re-upload it, or if you can change it, change it. 5 days is more than enough. Come on.
Little knock on the door. Just a little, you're not in trouble. You guys, you're not in trouble. Natalie said it's kind of like speeding. Yeah. Have you ever had a nice cop where he's like, all right, now I'm going to give you a warning. Okay. And then you have the ones that are like, yeah, no, you were going 45 and a 20. You got to get this ticket, buddy. You're lucky I don't take you to jail. Right. So, there's levels to this. We need to be careful. Okay. All right. I'm just trying to make sure I'm answering questions. The Aussie compliance team spells out exactly what they didn't like, which makes it easier. I love that. Okay. In these Field Watch emails, I have seen you guys where they will give you the P&P And then they'll tell you which violation it was in the policies, but then they'll also give you the post of whichever one was non-compliant. Just delete the post. I promise it'll make your life easier.
Yep.
Just delete the daggone post, okay? If you still have the B-roll or like the video from what you used, reuse the video and change the wording. We can fix it, okay? I promise. The only thing that I could see being incredibly devastating is if it like went viral and you have to delete it, but we can make it go viral again, okay? If you went viral once, I believe you can go viral again. Gabrielle, we're gonna go over that. So you can't necessarily reword postpartum, but you can talk about the symptom. Okay? So I would talk about the thinning of the temples, right? And I would mention like I just had a baby, my hair was not where it used to be. I found a lot of shedding. I saw a lot of hair in my brush. I knew I needed a change. Do you see how I'm saying that I had postpartum without saying that I had postpartum? So you're going to have to beat around the bush here. We're going to have to play that game. If you don't know how to sugarcoat something, you're about to get good at it. Okay? That's what we're going to do. I'm going to teach you how to do that. Okay? If the post is the same post that compliance has already flagged on Instagram and it's on TikTok, just delete it everywhere. The FTC doesn't care what platform you're using. They don't want you saying it anywhere, okay? Yes, and there are instructions. Come on, Monica, thank you. There are instructions in the email. How many warnings? I don't know. I think that's playing with fire. I don't know. I do not know. I'm not 100% sure. Oh Lord, what did I just do? I'm sorry. I don't know what I just did, but there we go. We're back to the chat.
I doubt that Monat will communicate with their market partners how many warnings you can get max before you're being kicked out. It might be helpful for the salespeople, but it also restricts Monat. Also, when it comes to their top people. And I don't think they will do that. They will keep it as vague as possible to keep all options for them. They're not thinking about their market partners. They're thinking about them. When can they terminate somebody and when do they have wiggle room because the person is important in the company? That's what I believe, to maybe ignore non-compliant stuff and to not kick somebody out after 7 fails. Let's say it like this. But they're going to kick somebody else out who contributes less to Monat sales and also the recruitment than somebody who has a big team. So I think that's why they're doing that, to have wiggle room.
Back to the chat. Okay. Do you actually have to reply to the email or just make the edits mentioned? You need to reply every time you want to reply. If you fix it and don't reply, they will assume you did not fix it. I don't know why that's the case. Just reply. Okay. I'm going to delete it today. I'm so sorry. I'm taking it down. Okay. If you have questions, send it to compliance and then ask what the issue was per se, because say you reworded it, you thought it was great, et cetera, et cetera. Perfect. Shirley says, what about the oil helps with my son's eczema? Boom, talk about the symptom. Do not say eczema, but say if you have itchy, dry, patchy skin that flakes, this oil does amazing things, okay? People with eczema know exactly what you're talking about. Does that make sense? So always just talk about the symptom.
So in a way, make product claims, but make them less obvious. That's Monat's advice. That's their workaround.
That is my prayer that helps, okay? How about hormonal menopause issues? Talk about the symptom. You cannot say any type of any word that a doctor would share with you if you went in and said, I'm having this issue, and he will say, oh, that sounds like menopause. Oh, that sounds like eczema, sounds like postpartum, sounds like alopecia. Do not put it in your post. Okay, same thing with psoriasis. My mom struggles with this. I would say itchy, flaky scalp. Okay, super sensitive scalp, super dry scalp. Yep, talk about the symptoms. Talk about the symptoms, not the diagnosis. Amen. All right, are we feeling good on that? I think like that was really, really great. Great questions for everybody. Good. Okay, I'm gonna move on, but keep asking. I love that you guys are interactive with me. Okay, so take a picture of this. I went ahead and gave you other ways to share this. This is specifically on postpartum or alopecia, like people that lose their hair. Okay. It says say this instead. More people coming. I'm here for it. I love it. This one says, Monat helped me feel confident in my hair again during a season when I was struggling with noticeable changes. After experiencing changes in my hair, you could even add after having my baby, Monat became a part of my routine. Okay. I went through a season where my hair looked and felt different. Finding products that supported my hair goals made such a difference in my confidence. Monat helped me fall back in love with my hair after a crazy season, after having a baby, after a stressful work environment. Like, talk about it. Alopecia is caused by stress too. It's literally called stress alopecia. Okay. So you can say, like, was in a very toxic environment, very toxic relationship. Monat helped me with my hair and all the issues that came along with that. Okay, screenshot that. I can also provide this afterwards. Okay, I can also provide this afterwards. What about perimenopause affects your hair? You cannot say perimenopause. Do not say the actual word, but you can say the symptom. So whatever the effects perimenopause has on the hair, you may share that. Okay, I'm gonna move along from medical claims. All right, does your hair fall out when you brush it? Compliant or non-compliant? Does your hair fall out when you brush it? Compliant or non-compliant? Okay, get this. It's neither. It's a risk. So essentially, you can say it's a green flag, aka you can say it, but it is a risk. So they will or potentially will look at it and see what you wrote in the caption. Okay, they will see any of your other posts to see if you're leading up to something else, like one of those words. Monica said that's why I didn't comment. Listen, it's a risk. It's one of those fine lines. Okay, well, this is where we're going with the yellow sign. Okay, yes. I love that response. I say as a woman over 40, this has helped my thinning hair. Amen. That's great. Perfect. Okay. This is hilarious because I get so many targeted ads from our competitors' products and say this all the time. I know. I know. I was on the line with that one. Rochelle, I get it. Listen to me. I understand. This is why we're doing this. This is why we're doing this. Because we want, for one, I even told Joe, I'm like, you should get on here with me. He's like, no, people are scared of me. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. No worries. We'll keep it going. Okay. But the concern is that does your hair fall out when you brush it? It directly references hair loss, which is the no-no, okay? Or fallout, which can easily imply that Monat products address, reduce, prevent, or improve, aka it's curing something, right? That puts the post at a higher risk, all right? But safer alternatives is Jesus, words are hard. Noticing breakage when you brush. Let's talk about a hair care routine that supports stronger looking, healthier looking hair. Is your hair feeling dry, fragile, or harder to manage? Here are my favorite products for smoother, healthier, longer hair. Seeing strands in your brush can be normal, but if your hair feels brittle or prone to breakage, your routine may need extra care. See, we can work around this. I'm teaching you how to sugarcoat. Okay? We're getting there. Take pictures if you need. Again, I will provide this to you too. Just ask me.
Those words there are not helpful. A compliance expert would not use the word sugarcoat on a recorded call because it means to me, what I read from this is we know that the stuff you say is not compliant. We know you have to say things that are not compliant because this business model is so unattractive and the products are pretty much overpriced for what they are. That is why you need to make those claims. You're pitching to other women, you're speaking about postpartum, you're speaking about skin conditions that can be cured, but we cannot say it outright. The business model sucks. Our numbers show sales is down. More and more people are leaving the company. We're not able to replenish those people. We're not able to support Monat with the new territory launches that we have now ignited each and every year to the max. It's not a possibility, so we know you need to be non-compliant. Just sugarcoat it. Wording is essential, and a compliance expert hopefully would have done a different job. I mean, I'm grateful for this call and how she words it, but to say just sugarcoat it. You know you're not compliant. I know you're not compliant. Monat knows you're not compliant. Just word it differently to sugarcoat it. No, just word it differently so that you're compliant.
All right. Now, does anybody know what the major claims are? We kind of just talked to some of them. All right, right? They're great hooks. Those are good, Monica. I'm glad. And guys, if you don't follow Monica Hobbs on Instagram, that is a VIP queen. So talk about people that post and convert. She knows what to do. If she says it's a good hook, it's a good hook. Okay, I trust her. All right. Hair loss is a medical condition. Exactly, Kaylee. Exactly. She's a queen. She's a queen, Natalie, right? All right, let's talk about these claims. The top four that hurt us as a company the most are income claims, incentive claims, lifestyle claims, medical claims. There are hundreds that are out there, but these four hurt us the most. So we want to be very careful. These four are also what they look for the most. Okay. Monica says, I've been here for 11 and a half years and have received many compliance emails. I'm still here. Just correct it. Know better, do better. See, look at God. Won't he do it? They don't want you to listen. When I tell you, the reason why they send you the email is because they want you to stay. No, let me tell you something. If you do this so many times to where the attorney general is like, listen, this is like the 30th time in this month. I'm going to need y'all to figure something out here. Then we have to work with them. We have to suspend an account. Sometimes they make us terminate people. It depends. It just depends. So if Monica says she's been here that long, over a decade, okay, and she's had many emails and she was able to fix them, that should tell you how much leeway you do have to make adjustments and just quickly fix all the things. Yara says not claiming anything. No, you're just gonna work around it. Can we say, are you tired of seeing hair in your shower or your brush? Yes. Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I have been here 10 years and still get them. Look at Lori. See? See? All right. We shall do that at the end of the call, my friend. Okay, identifying them and ways to be safe. So income claims, it's sharing large commissions or guaranteeing someone who joins you that they can make those too. Okay? Saying something to the effect of, I guarantee you'll be making $5,000 a month in no time. Yeesh. You can earn $10,000 in your first month, or I make a doctor's salary from my phone. Yeesh. Okay. Ways to be safer. Share how much you and your team sold in what did I say earlier? Product sales. Okay. You can share that number. That is what you sold. That is an actual number that they can't fight us on. Okay. So if you sold 700K in product sales, shout it from the rooftops, my friend. All right.
Monat makes it really difficult for their market partners, though, to be compliant, because I believe that Monat actively creates a surrounding that is not compliant, but then yells at their market partners when they use that. Monat sets their own market partners also up for failure. What I mean with that is that Monat does support income claims when it suits them, lifestyle claims when it suits them, incentive claims when it suits them, and medical claims possibly as well when it suits them. If we take a look at Monations, their annual conference, how many times did we have top people on stage, saying how Monat changed their lives? These things are being recorded everywhere. They're being posted everywhere. I remember that I think it was on Hannah Alonso's channel. It was a Monations or a Monat call. It was a public Monat event. And Tony Van Choik, who is their first market partner, who was their first market partner, she got terminated. She's not with the company anymore. She's now running her own hair care MLM. She was on stage and she was sitting in front of a huge house, a mansion, visible for everybody. You know, you could clearly identify where the woman lived. That was her house. And she was on stage in front of excited Monat market partners and said, thanks to Monat, while she was being interviewed on stage, I'm able to afford this amazing house. That to me is an income claim, and it's also a lifestyle claim. So why does Monat support that at their own convention? But then you say, oh, but you cannot make these claims. And we see those posts left and right of people posting, thanks to the network marketing company, I now own this house. Thanks to Monat, I'm now able to afford this. Those are income claims at a corporate event Monat invites their market partners to. During Monat's conferences, during Monations, Monat also parades their more successful market partners on stage, like prize horses, and they carry signs with them once they're being inducted into the 100K club, the 500K club, and that means that they made 100K over their time in Monat in commissions. 500K means that they made 500K plus over their time in Monat, and they hold up those signs while they're walking on stage, and it clearly states how much money these people made at a certain point when Monat cut that off and sent them on stage. So why don't you just say, this is a member of the 100K club, member of the 500K club. That in itself, and explaining that they made 100K over in commission over their time in Monat, according to Monat, then is also not compliant though. Because it's a clear number. It is not connected to sales, it's connected to what they made overall, and they're sharing a specific number, which is outrageous compared to what most people in the company make. So that in itself is also not compliant. But no, Monat goes even further. They listed the exact amount of money the people made. So you, as Monat, are able to do that at a highly taped conference with cell phones everywhere. Everybody has a phone. Everybody is posting that stuff. That is what the market partners then post. That is not compliant according to Monat, but yet Monat hands out those papers and says that person made $133,000.55. Then maybe don't do that. In the past, Monat sent out those big income checks that the market partners then had in the back of their videos. Monat at some point then yelled at them and said, hey, you cannot do that. You cannot make these income claims that you made $20,000 bonuses. But Monat created those huge payment checks and sent them out to their market partners. If you watch anti-MLM content, you might remember these, that every other Hun who received a bonus check, they had those in the back of their videos. Monat creates these bigger than life checks, sends them out, and then says, oh, but you cannot make those statements. That is whiplash. I understand why as a market partner you would be confused. Monat to me sends out mixed signals. Monat creates non-compliant items to the market partners, but they cannot say or use them. That's very odd. That's not a good job, Monat.
Always include the income disclosure statement when talking about commissions or income. Okay, income possibilities, income opportunities, how much you've made. Just throw the IDS in there. It saves you so much trouble, I promise. Okay, especially even when you're talking about product sales. Anything that has to do with money, just put the little disclaimer on the bottom. Okay, put it at the bottom. Maricel, my Spanish is not very good looking, so I cannot provide this in Spanish. But I can see if
somebody in the chat asked if she could have this presentation as well in Spanish. But just to slap an income disclosure statement on a ridiculous income claim doesn't make it compliant according to this call. So maybe we could have specified here further. And on top of that, I would also say always share the most up-to-date one, because what I see is that market partners, they share outdated numbers. Probably because the income disclosure statements are getting worse and worse and worse year by year. And that's why I believe some pick income disclosure statements and numbers from outdated ones. Always do the most up-to-date one.
But I can see if somebody else can make it for you. Okay? I will ask. I will try. Yes, of course you can have captions. Okay? Okay. Lifestyle claim, sharing how pursuing the money business has given you the ability to make big purchases, like ticket items, like cars, like homes.
Yeah. Why do you have your market partners then on stage saying, thanks to Monat, I was able to buy this house, and you have somebody interviewing that person in front of Monat market partners? You see what I mean? That's a huge income and lifestyle claim. Thanks to me making so much money, I was able to buy this house.
This has been on my vision board for probably 20 years, is to have something on the water, something where it was warm. My favorite part is the backyard. There's actually 2 offices in the house. I don't use either one of them. My office is the pool deck or the dock.
The entire living room, dining room, master bedroom floor is just one big open space.
This is really
Thank you so much. That's great.
You know me, the pool and the elevator. I just love that. It's my favorite.
My favorite part about the house is the view. It's gorgeous. It's breathtaking.
I'm so thrilled for her. I mean, like, I celebrate her because I know how hard she works. It paves the path for the rest of us.
She's made this dream happen, that even just our small goals and our small dreams can happen. We're willing to take a risk.
For me personally, she gets me to dream bigger, do bigger, be bigger, and that's huge.
Wow! Tony, we started 2.5 years ago. with a dream, right? Did you ever imagine you would be here after 2.5 years?
No, never would have thought. I actually told him that he was full of baloney.
Nunca vamos a decir de que esto se logra fácil. Hay que tener dedicación, hay que tener disciplina, hay que tener pasión, hay que quitar los miedos y hay que soñar en grande.
We have a culture in which it's about helping others. It's a culture of family. It's not a culture of how much am I making now. It's about how many people I'm helping. And to have created this in just 2.5 years, you have to feel very, very good about it.
I didn't realize how big this would be. I didn't realize how much this would affect so many people. And all of these people that are here with us today needed something. They needed a dream, they needed more money, they needed a family, they needed hope. And that's what we've done.
Wait, your dad said dream bigger. I didn't dream big enough. I gotta get a new dream. But
You can help with that.
yeah, I know.
And Monat supports that. But here they don't. I'd be confused as well.
Okay, we have a lot of incredible. It's not good looking, Marla. You know it. I can say like 5 words. I would be like the girl off of Bridesmaids. I'd probably say azul and escuela and adios, and it's not gonna get you anywhere you need to go. Okay, I promise. I'm trying though, because I'm gonna have a conversation with Senor Luis in Spanish one day. I'm telling you, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And he's gonna be like, and I'm gonna be like, yes. I even have a book. Guys, I have a book. Okay, look. Spanish in 60 days. Only it's taken me like 6 years. So just be patient. Okay. Often these claims include images of market partners with expensive cars, private jets, lavish vacations. No. Now, here's the thing. If that is your lifestyle, people do share that. We see them. Guys, we have them here. Okay? We love it, right? A lot of times, though, they have to add the income disclosure statement, especially if they tie it in any way, shape, or form to the business. Especially if they tie it in any way, shape, or form to the business. Ways to be safe, make it clear that you earned a payment towards a car, that you earned enough money to buy a house, that you earned the money to go on that trip, okay? Include the social media disclaimer and link to the IDS, which is the income disclosure statement. Avoid statements that the car was free or gifted to you, or like the house was free, or Monat bought my home. No, okay? Okay, yes, we earned the trip. We earned the Cadillac, the Range Rover, okay? I love it. I bought a new home because me and my husband were able to save to buy a bigger home for our family when we couldn't before. I love that. I love that. And I would say because of my hard work in my business. Amen? Like, boom. So I showed I worked for it. It wasn't given to me. All right? I earned Hawaii. That's right. I worked my butt off for Hawaii. That works. Because you worked. Amen? Okay. Incentive claims. Avoid saying free trips, vacations, Monat. We just talked about this. Okay? So earned is going to be your best friend. Earned. Worked for. All of it. Medical claims. Avoid mentioning any medical condition, even if it is a personal experience, i.e. alopecia, postpartum, COVID. We talked about Ozempic, right? Instead, mention the symptom. Okay? If you have anything that you have been through, just use the symptom, I beg. The symptom. I can't stress that enough. Okay? Thinning, struggles from losing weight, shedding after having a baby, etc., etc. Okay. Here are some red flag words if you want to screenshot it for yourself. Debt-free, make 6 figures in a year, cured, treat, retire my spouse. No, make millions. The word millionaire. Guys, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that one can get you in trouble. Replace your income. If I can do it, so can you. Make 10K in your first month. Paid trip, guaranteed, free car, financial freedom, time freedom. You guys will hear more later on, but those 2 are our worst ones.
And we still hear them all the time. Really make a screenshot and report people. If you see this, we see and hear this all the time. I, not too long ago, reacted to a video from Jo where she made a lot of these statements. I made some notes because I thought, what non-compliant stuff did I remember or did I watch recently? Let's say it wasn't tricky to come up with those. In a recent example, it was just a short clip, but it was non-compliant nonetheless. She also speaks about paid for trips and cars, that as a factual statement, you're going to make a certain amount of money, which is also not compliant. And there's also no proof that you can make a certain amount of money, and you also didn't link the income disclosure statement. Just recently, in one of the latest videos I edited, that's exactly what Jo stated. She is a former senior executive director. She might still be at some of the director ranks. She now heavily focuses on the new Spanish-speaking countries, but she also still makes some of her posts in English.
If I had to explain to my 8-year-old how to make $1,000 in 1 month, this is what I would tell him. And I get it, you're not my 8-year-old, but also you're not in my business, so you don't understand the terminology. But you do understand numbers, so remember this: 2 plus 8. 2 and 8 will give you $1,000 your first month in business. I know, it sounds crazy, but check this out. You need 2 people that want to do the business with you. 2 people that want more money, need more money, want to go on paid for trips, want to drive a paid for car, want better community, better mindset. 2 people that you want to run with, that you see yourself hanging out on days like these and making lots of money with them. And then comes the 8. These are 8 customers, 8 people that are looking to upgrade their hair care or their skincare, 8 people that are willing to support you in this amazing new business venture you just launched, 8 people that maybe want to start trying out the products, and if they like it, then they upgrade to business partners. 2 plus 8, that's a total of 10. You all have 10 people in your immediate circle that can fill in these spots. So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna go make your list of 10 people. You're gonna have it ready. You're gonna message me. We're going to launch your business, and you're going to make $1,000 in your first month. It's fall proof. Go get your 10, DM me, and let's get started.
We hear and we see these things all the time. Retire my spouse. Brittany Rose is now shaking in her boots, but she still made those claims not too long ago. That is her claim to fame, that she was able to retire her firefighting husband thanks to Monat, when in reality he had to quit his job because otherwise he would have gotten fired because he didn't have the proper vaccination at the time. We see these things still regularly on social media. And how many times do we hear that Monat has created so many millionaires? That's where I always point out, no, the people are not millionaires. People who were inducted into the $1 Million Club, they have made $1 million in commission over their time in Monat. That doesn't make them a millionaire, but you could say that they were inducted into the MDC, because those people still have expenses, taxes, all of that. That doesn't mean that they have $1 million in asset to their name, but we still hear these things regularly.
Time freedom, financial freedom are the worst ones for us. It's crazy. You make 45% on everything. I quit my full-time job. I make $30K this month. $1 million business. I'm hiring. Okay, you get the idea, right? Everything that's true, we cannot say, I know.
But it's not true. That's the thing. Somebody in the chat said, everything that's true we cannot say. A lot of laughing, crying emojis. But it is not true for most people. It is true only for very few people and not consistently. That's why you cannot say it, because it's not a good and fair representation for most people in Monat. So it's not true.
They're haters. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie. If anybody's on this call and they're part of that.
They're not haters. They know better than you do. And you should do better if you want to protect Monat and your business, because if Monat is in trouble, financially speaking, they will kick out their market partners. Maybe they have to shut down. Maybe they have to restructure. So if you want to protect this so amazing business opportunity that allegedly makes all of those red flag words and phrases true, then you need to do a better job. Other people are not haters. They're more knowledgeable and they point this out. Do a better job.
I'm sorry. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying. It's giving haterade. Okay.
It's really not. Imagine at my job if the regulator reaches out and says, hey, we have a complaint about an ad running this or that day around that time. And I said, I'm not going to provide you with information. I'm not going to send you a recording. No, you're just a hater. Imagine that. Instead of solving the issue, taking a look, is the claim, is the complaint truthful? Is it maybe exaggerated? Is it something we did wrong? Do we need to fix something? Or can I give feedback to the regulator? Hey, here's the proof. Nothing happened. Take a look. Come on. That is so unprofessional. Regulators are haters. Can you imagine what trouble I would be in if I just said, oh, you're just a hater. You're not regulating me. You're just hateful.
Okay. Yes, Marisol, we talked about that. We will work on getting you in Spanish. I promise.
Okay, so the acceptable phrases are retire my spouse. Now, Brittany Rose has even more whiplash because she's like, what? It's an income claim and a lifestyle claim. And before you said I can say it and you cannot say it, and now you say I can say it. I mean, you cannot say that you retired your spouse according to Monat's own rules because it is a lifestyle claim and it is an income claim. Because now you have somebody at home. You pretty much say my husband is unemployed. That's what you say. You don't retire your spouse. You retire at a certain point because you're at a certain age. But you make the claim that you make a lot of money, more than enough to supplement the income of your spouse. That is an income claim, and many times it's also looped in with a lifestyle claim when you show how much more time, freedom, and flexibility you have because now your partner is at home and is able to take care of the kids while you make the millions and the billions. Retire my spouse is not acceptable. It's a whiplash, yet again. Of course it's whiplash.
The I'm hiring one is very popular. I see that a lot. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. I also didn't think that one was that bad. Listen, I'm just a messenger here. All right. Acceptable words and phrases. Screenshot this. KK? Screenshot this. Yes. I'm hiring even gets flagged by Instagram. Yes. Okay. So you can build flexibility, working toward. Cheers to a 6-figure year in customer sales volume. See what I'm doing here? Okay. Healthy looking hair, earned trip. Let's go with sold 35K in revenue, confidence, support, opportunity, consistency, celebrating an amount in customer product sales, more volume regarding hair. So like a lot of people say like grow your hair will grow. You can say this will give you more volume instead. Okay. A lot of people use that word grow. I heard that's not going to work. Okay. Side hustle / income. All right. No, Kaylee, you can't say working toward leaving the 95. You can say working toward being more present at home. See how we're going to sugarcoat it? Can you say this helps support healthy hair growth? That's a tough one. I'm stumped. I would say, somebody said, I can't see anything except you. Can y'all see the screen? I was about to say, have I been talking to you with my face only this entire time? Can y'all see the slides? Please don't make me feel like I'm going crazy. Can y'all see? Oh, the way I would have passed out. You guys would have seen me collapse. Oh man, the way I would have been like, everybody off. We'll start over another day. I'm not doing this. Listen. Oh, you scared me, Laura. Okay, Laura, can you see it now? I just want to make sure. Oh, mama, I don't know. I don't know why. Can you log off, log back in? Just try that. Log out, log back in. I'll look for you. Okay, I promise. Okay, share this one. If you're on your phone, tap on the screen or slide. She already logged off. Sorry, guys. She swipe it if you can't. Zoom is like, it decides when it wants to like you. I don't know. I feel like it's strange. Okay, I did see a question before I saw a question of what can you see? Can we say working toward, no, we talked about that one. Can you say this helps support hair growth? I would say this helps support, let's go with hair thinning. So it's essentially still saying it's going to help your hair grow, but not saying grow, if that makes sense. Okay, because I know thinning is a safe word. Grow, I don't think is. I can confirm for you. I will send you a text, okay? How should we mention when someone is looking for earning more money? Jeanette, side hustle / income. You're looking for additional income. You're looking for a side hustle, looking for something else, right? Like you can say it like that, I promise. It says retire my spouse there. Can you say I have open spots on my team this month to help you learn? Yes. Yes, you can. I'm hiring. Yes, it gets flagged. Okay, let me go all the way to the bottom. Supports healthy scalp. Yes, Gabrielle. Support hair health. Yes, Jessica. Look at y'all. Look at my babies. Look at everybody learning. Okay. Can I say I want to retire my husband? No, please don't say that, Heather. Please do not say that. You could say I want to help contribute to my home's income or something like that. So that my family can be together or something of that nature. Does that make sense? I'm sorry, I'm trying to go off the cuff with that one.
Yeah, but it says retire my spouse on the slide. I've been on so many opportunity calls from Monat Huns and also from Monat Corporate, and they work with wrong data, false numbers, and with outdated slides. Fix it. I'm not surprised that the market partners are not doing a better job if Monat Corporate doesn't do a better job either.
Oh, no, that's an accident. Do not do that, guys. That's from the other one being copied and pasted and then trying to change all the words, okay? Do not. That's wrong. That's online. That's my fault. I'll make sure to remove that when I share it. What about if we said results might vary, but this is what, that's perfect, Camille. That's perfect. Results might vary is you saying that it's not a guarantee that everybody will have the same results or everybody will get mermaid hair or everybody's hair will grow. So that's perfect. That's a good one. I should have put that up there. I'll swap that out for retiring my spouse. Okay, we're gonna move on. Let's play Mo Family Feud. You have heard Family Feud with Steve Harvey. You're gonna do Mo Family Feud with me. So I need volunteers for this one. You know, at the end, has everybody seen Family Feud before? Yes. If you haven't, okay, because I don't even know how to explain it. Okay. Now I'm gonna need volunteers. There's a part on there. It's my guilty pleasure too, right? There's a part on there where he gives. There's like 10 openings. He starts the clock and he says, name the top 10 things you wear on a date. Like, right? And then you have 60 seconds to do it. I'm going to give you 30 seconds, okay, to give me topics or whatever the answers are, okay? But I need somebody to volunteer and I need you to unmute. You don't have to show your face, but you have to unmute, okay? Who wants to go first? Marla, I see a hand raised. Marla, do you want to? Yes? Okay. Are you ready, friend?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my timer started. Because Lord knows, don't make me count and pay attention. I can't do both.
I would ask first, what is the price? Nothing under a Monat oil.
Let's see. So 30 seconds is what we're giving. Only because these are easy. I think I said as long as, sorry, there we go. Let me let everybody in. I think I said if you can get over 7. Okay, then I send you something in the mail. Yes?
Hey, yes.
Here we go. I'm going to give you the question. It's going to be list as many medical claims in 30 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alopecia, psoriasis, postpartum hair loss, perimenopause, let's see, eczema, weight losing. This helps you lose weight, or
10
Ozempic. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, and I'm a medical person.
Okay, but you got 7. Yay!
Okay, cool.
You got 7. That was awesome. That was fun. Okay, at first I was like 30 seconds looks like that's too much time. I had a moment there, but you killed that. Great job. I'm so proud of you. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Let me write your name down. Let me write your name down. Marla R. I'm put winners. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Shirley says she wants to go. Shirley, come to the front. Come to the front, my friend. Where are you at? Where are you at?
I'm right here.
Shirley, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm chilling with my babies. They're up late.
Oh, amen. Listen, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Okay.
So medical claims, eh?
No, it'll be a new one. We're gonna do another
a new one. A
We
new
got
one.
different topics. Okay.
I'll put on the
You're
spot.
gonna get. It's okay.
no.
You got this.
Okay.
It's going to be list as many green flag words in 30 seconds. I'm gonna start the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go.
When I was going through pregnancy, after my pregnancy, sitting on temples, going through a weight loss journey, you can earn. What else? Oh my goodness.
Time. But you listen, you were on it because you were thinking of phrases.
Yeah,
I saw you.
yeah,
I saw you.
because I really have to get used to that, right? So I was thinking like of things like I have to apply.
I get it. Listen,
Yeah.
I feel like, guys, the green flag words are harder than the red flag words, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But we want you to get used to them. That's why we're going to give this out. I'm going to share this with you after I remove that no word. Okay. But yes, you did good. You still had 5. I think I counted 4 or 5. You were too shy, so I wrote your name down anyway. So thank you for
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night with the babies.
You
All
too.
right, who's next? Who's the next victim? See, this isn't scary, guys. No Judge Judy over here. Let's go. Come on. I'm gonna start. All right, Laura, let's go. I was about to say, because I will popcorn you. If I see a face. I'm gonna popcorn you. Okay, Laura, get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm gonna go to the next screen.
Oh my God. Okay.
I love it. Okay, here we go. How many compliance emails go out? This is just a one answer, actually. How many? You have 30 seconds to answer, though. How many compliance emails go out about claims each month? 30 seconds. Ready, set, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Is that your final answer?
That's 5 is my final answer.
5 is your final answer. Okay. You had 14 seconds left. But Laura, we actually send 400 compliance emails a month.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still here.
And I bet those 400 emails are not enough. Not enough.
Writing your name down for participating. I appreciate you. Thank you, lady. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, who's next? Who's next? Who's next? I love it. Y'all hate us because you hate us, right? I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Okay. Who's next? Come on.
What? What does that have to do with compliance? Y'all hate us cause you ain't us. You're making non-compliant statements that endanger Monat as a company. They might be shut down because of the things you post. They might be severely fined. And in the end, you're the one who might lose your business, which is not your business. If Monat shuts down and your business shuts down, you might get severely fined or Monat just kicks you out. That's why we're doing these things here. Hello, take this seriously, as fun as it is. A quiz is a great idea. Makes it more digestible, it makes it easier to remember. Also, those pages, that's the green word or the green flags, those are the red flags. Use these, don't use these. But it's not because everybody is a hater, because you are not us. Pay attention. It's about saving your business. And Monat's dwindling business. Nobody wants to be you. Come on.
Next, come on. I'm a popcorn. Carissa. Let's go.
I was about to turn my camera off. I knew you were going to do that.
You commented. I saw your name last. Okay, ready? Here we go. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Oh, let me start my little clock over.
Hold on, let me mute this other call. I'm on Abby's call
You're totally
too.
okay. Oh, look at you.
Okay.
Look at you double book.
Double look.
Okay, here we go. Make up a lifestyle claim in under 30 seconds. Ready, set, go.
A lifestyle claim?
Yes.
Make up a lifestyle claim.
20 seconds.
Come earn this trip with me.
A lifestyle claim,
Okay.
so a no word. Like a bad one.
A bad one.
Yes. 10 seconds.
Look at my fully paid for Cadillac.
Yes! You did that with 4 seconds left. Good job! Okay, writing your name down. Love it, love it, love it. All right. We don't have a whole bunch of these, I promise, guys. So who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Jeanette, do you want to go? Jessica, you want to go? Maricel? Bonnie? Yahara? Who wants to go? Oh, Yahara, you want to go? You want to do it? Do you want to do it? Oh, I saw her unmute for a second. Hold on. Ask to unmute.
Unmute.
Okay, ready?
Hi. Gosh.
It's gonna be fun. This is all learning opportunity, guys. All learning. What is the most Monat? What is the Monat compliance email address? 30 seconds.
What is the Monat compliant emails? Compliant.
What's our
Monat
email
support. Monat global support.
Say that one more time.
Monat global support.
Is that your final answer?
Hey.
I'm doubting myself. I'll go with that.
15 seconds.
Lifeline, lifeline. Money claim support? No.
5,
Money.
4, 3,
I'll stick with that one.
No, this is good. This is why we're doing this, because I want you guys to know these things. I'm going to provide it at the end, but it's MP compliance.
Oh my gosh.
There we go, Monica. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to write your name down anyway, because you tried. I'm going to write your name down anyway.
That's concerning when on a compliance call, you're not prepared, that you don't even know who to address this to. mpcompliance@monatglobal.com. So if you recognize non-compliant posts, might be worth reaching out to the compliance team saying, hey, this is one of your market partners non-compliant, according to yourselves. Thank you. mpcompliance@monatglobal.com.
I appreciate y'all so much. This has been fun. Okay. How many more do
I think I
have?
got one complaint.
Oh, see, that's not bad. You did good.
Yeah.
See, you did good. Okay. What are the top claims that are flagged daily? Anybody can answer this now. Anybody. What are the top claims? And we talked about them. We talked about the 4. What are the top claims that are flagged daily? You can put it in the chat. You can unmute. Which income? Okay, I see postpartum, medical. Yep. Income, incentives. Dang it, I think I saw that there. Income, incentives, lifestyle, medical. Natalie Richardson. Yeah, she got all 4. Those are our top 4.
Waiting.
Our top 4. Uh-oh, hold on. Let me make sure. There we go. Okay, I appreciate you, Natalie. I wrote your name down, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Time freedom is one of them. Yes, and income freedom, time freedom, and yes, financial freedom. Okay, now last game before I think we end. I think that's the last game. Yes, because we're at slide 33. It's going to be let's play keep it or cut it. I'm going to show you a sentence. You're going to tell me what part we're keeping, what part we're cutting. Amen? Make sense? Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anybody can answer these, okay? Quit your 9 to 5 and make 6 figures selling shampoo. We're going to cut it. What specific part? Yep. Who said that? Let me scroll up. Jessica, yes. Cut the 6, makes 6 figures. Anything else that we would cut? What else would we cut?
Honestly, just cut the whole thing. Don't say you quit your 9 to 5, that you make 6 figures by selling shampoo. The selling shampoo thing is also false. You're not making that money if you're one of the few people who are still able to make that much money. You're not doing it because you're selling products. It's because you recruited the most people. That's it.
The quit the 9 to 5. Yes, exactly. So quit your 9 to 5 and make 6 figures. We need both of those out. Okay. But you could say earn a flexible lifestyle and make additional income selling shampoo.
And it doesn't sound sexy at all. And that is why the market partners to this very day, I think, rather risk compliance concerns being reached out to by the compliance team, or that their posts are being flagged, because it doesn't sound great what you just suggested. It's very wishy-washy. It sounds better to say, yeah, I was able to quit my job. I now have the time freedom just by selling products that are really, really super duper, and I already love them a lot. I'm just selling shampoo and I make 300,000 in a year. That, of course, sounds more attractive than making those wishy-washy statements. My team and I, we sold 300,000 in a year, and I'm able to contribute to the household income now. Of course, it doesn't sound that great.
KK? Okay. Now a new one. Sell your car, we got you. Don't do that. Okay, this opportunity gave me financial freedom. What are we cutting? Yes, Susie.
Financial freedom.
Yes, yes, yes. Financial freedom. What are we going to say instead? What would
This opportunity gave me more time with my family.
I love it. Yahara, I love it. I love it. I love it. That was perfect. That was perfect. Okay, so this is helping. Yes, flexibility, Jessica. Yes, exactly. Okay, this shampoo worked wonders on my hair and helped me with thickness and volume. Natalie said keep it. Yes, green flag. Yes, we're keeping. This one does not require anything to be cut. Great job. Great job. Okay, next one. You'll make your money back in your first month. What are we cutting? What are we cutting? Yes, I think I saw it. I saw it. Make, Jeanette, yes, make. You're going to remove the word make and say, I can teach you how to earn your money back in the first month. Yes, you have the opportunity to make your money back or earn your money back in the first month. Yes, remove the word make.
You think the compliance team reached out to Joe because of the post on the car I showed you before? You think they did that? Probably not.
Okay, you can say first month. And the reason is because our incentives allow you to actually see how much you can make in your first month. It's just the way that you say it. Okay. And then no experience required. Are we keeping or cutting this? Keeping or cutting this? Natalie said keeping. Jessica said keeping. Okay, so guys, guess what? This one we can't say. Isn't that crazy? Here's why. Look, who said bruh? It's not like my kid is in the chat. That's what my son would say. Bruh, I'm done. Like that's what he would do. Okay. Okay. The reason being is it's incorrect because it can imply easy success. The alternative would be whether you're experienced or just getting started will teach you or help you learn. But when we say no experience required, what are we saying? Anybody can do it. It's another word for anybody can do it, which was on the red flag word phrase, okay, or list. I know, but that was a learning opportunity. Yeah, Monica says, okay, I guess I get it. Same. I remember reading that and being like, get out of here. You got to be kidding me. All right. I know. Now, again, we know that there's tons of momentum when it comes to the cruise. So we reshared these compliance sample posts that we created. I created these with our compliance director himself. So if you want to post anything about the cruise, please screenshot this, take it. You can even say, put it into ChatGPT, say, make this a little bit more me. Okay. And then you can fix this up. All right. I know. And listen, we can have fun. We got to learn how to tweak a little bit. I get it. I would do the same thing, guys. Trust me. Even making this, I was like, they're going to kill me. They're going to throw rotten tomatoes. Okay. All right. For any future questions, please reach out to our compliance team at mpcompliance@monatglobal.com. Okay. I wouldn't, Natalie, you know what? That's a good question. I don't think that I would name them, and it's not that it's non-compliant. Let me stop sharing my screen here for you. It's not that it's non-compliant. It's more so that the other company may potentially get you for, what's the word when you sue people? Defamation. Does that make sense? Am I saying this right? Defamation? Yes. Okay. Yes. It's essentially, that the other company could come for you, especially if you're really big.
The question in the chat she's reacting to is, what about naming other brands or companies?
Big name. It's kind of like saying something kind of off the wall about another company and then like I would not say Nutrafol. But what you could say is other companies that offer hair care pills, ones we won't name, like you can hint to things. You can show like the green bottle, like you know how people do with us with our silver oil and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say the name or show the product just to be safe. Okay. I made a post today and removed minoxidil and changed it to prescription haircut. Yes, exactly. At the slides, not at you. I love you. I love you guys too. All right. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging with me. It took us exactly 1 hour. I'm so proud of myself because I thought we were going to go over. If you have any questions, I do not bite, you guys. Please feel free to email me at if you have any questions or you need any help. MP Compliance as well, okay? They are incredible. I promise. And for those of you, I wrote down your names. I will be sending you something in the mail within the next week. All right. Thank you for being on. Thank you for being so fun about it. I know it's not a fun topic, but you guys made it fun tonight. So we will get you the recording as soon as it's available, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye. Take care.
What is the biggest learning here? That you work in a crappy business model where you cannot say things that are not proven to be true. All of these things are still being posted. The lifestyle claims, the income claims, the medical claims. All of these things are still being posted and they're still being communicated publicly. And according to Monat, apparently it's also okay to do that privately. Well, it's not, according to their own market partner statement. They specify that you cannot make certain claims unless proven or part of the documentation from Monat. You cannot say these things, also not privately. Person to person is private for me. Their own statements say, don't make these claims, in order to save their asses, I think. But if nobody's listening, just say it. Just don't tell anyone. Just don't tell anyone. You cannot say it publicly. Just do it privately. They're trying to cover their grounds. And in the end, it's on the market partners. Monat really just tries to protect themselves so that they can easily kick out those who are damaging to Monat. That's what I believe. I would have so much whiplash if I were in the company, because Monat is so contradictory in the things they publicly state and the things they publicly do at their events. And then compliance says, well, we can't do this. Maybe Monat Corporate should actually speak to their compliance team so that they're also aligned. And if I were a normal market partner, which is the majority of the market partners, I would also be annoyed and say, hey, the top people that are still in the company, they are making those claims left and right and nothing seems to happen. We've seen this over and over again in reactions to videos, and I would be infuriated as well. That doesn't mean that those top market partners didn't get a slap on the wrist, but they're still in the company, whereas market partners who don't have that much influence, who don't contribute that much to Monat's financial success, they might be kicked out easier. I would be infuriated as well. One of the examples, I already mentioned some, but some of the examples that I typically see on social media, I think Hannah Alonso also reacted to that in one of her videos. Julie Stevens, one of their few senior executive directors left, very loyal to the company, I think is still being pushed through. Allegedly was gifted a third of Tony Van Choik's downline when their first market partner was terminated. Allegedly, she was gifted a significant amount of people to her downline to stay loyal to the company. She allegedly, in messages that Hannah Alonso reacted to in one of her videos, pretty much gave advice to her own market partners how to get a second social security number so that the market partners could cheat the system and have various accounts under their name so that it's easier for them to purchase products and also to rank up. That is considered non-compliant. And she is still in the company. She is still at the top. I remember also Mac Attack reacted to a call from Joe and two other people who are not in the company anymore. And people on that team, they bulk buyed products. They bulk buyed Monat hair oil in order to push one of the people on the team to a significant rank so that the person could rank up so that it was beneficial for the uplines. That person also, to my knowledge, was never kicked out and might have gotten a slap on the wrist, but that was about it. And Krista Parney also, I believe it was also in one of Hannah Alonso's videos, she was outed for allegedly wanting to buy out somebody's Monat business, a person she recruited, a direct recruit of hers who wasn't doing as much work as she would have wanted to, but that person recruited somebody who would have been more beneficial to Krista. And that is called stacking, to buy out somebody's position in the downline tree to then replace that person with another person. So to move the people around like chess pieces is not compliant according to Monat as well. And she is still in the company. She's still being paraded around as one of the most successful people. So I would be infuriated as well if I see that it doesn't seem to affect the top people if they don't do non-compliant things. But it might affect the little market partner. Now, I've been filming forever. We will stop this video now. It will take forever to edit it. I hope you found it interesting. I for sure did, because it's the best of both worlds for me personally. I hope you did like it. I hope it was informative as well. And hopefully, if that was the case, I will see you in the next video. I have an entire Monat playlist. I will link it up here if you want to catch up on Monat and the buffoonery and the stuff the people in the company post and say that according to Monat is not compliant. If If you like these videos, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, you can hype the video, you can comment something down below. That helps the channel and the videos out a lot. And if you like these types of videos, then hopefully I will see you again in the next one. The next upload will be at 1 p.m. Central European Time. Until then, tschüss!